Hey, Sooner fans. Uh, OU takes their first road trip this year up to Philly and manhandles the Owls very comfortably. Rob and I will have all the lowdown up next.
That's my standard. That's my standard. My champion standard. Champion standard. Pull up with the answers. Yeah, the answers. The champion standard. Champion standard. Yeah, yeah.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Please don't forget to download, like, and subscribe. Yep, I catch you off guard. I do it early, and I get you, don't I? Yeah, yeah. Appreciate everybody out there. Appreciate all the support we've been getting. But yeah, if you can subscribe, we'd appreciate it. Took care of business in Philly. That was a very good win.
Heck yeah. Yeah, just a good win.
Just because it was an easy trap game. Just would have been an easy trap game. If we'd went up there and just saw them going through the motions, neither one of us would have been surprised, right? Mateer, man, we're just gonna have to live. He just makes you nervous on every play, but it usually most of the time it turns into good, but yeah, it's usually not. There's not too many dull moments with him, I guess you could say.
No, he definitely. As a fan, entertained, right? Entertainment. That guy is. He just does something new every game, which is awesome. But it's exciting, man, to have a quarterback that can make something out of nothing, make some mistake. He made some mistakes in this game. Like that one play where he rolled to the right, rolled to the right and allowed the defensive lineman to get up on him. Like he could have just sat there in the pocket, but then he turns around and then just launches it downfield for a first down. So it's just kind of like, maybe you have to reel him in a bit, but he definitely, like you said, he kind of keeps you at the edge of your seat through the game, doesn't he?
Yeah. You definitely would rather have a quarterback that can, make stuff happen. I forget what it's called, just ad lib or whatever, just be able to, if the play breaks down, he doesn't get concerned. That's how he lives. So yeah, that's not a big deal for him, where we've seen quarterbacks in the past when that happens, just kind of panic.
No, he definitely doesn't panic. That's for sure.
No,
he always seems like he did it on purpose the whole time.
Right. Just part of the plan. Yeah.
Just part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize we had a fourth quarterback on our staff, Jaron Janik, throwing passes.
Yeah. No, I thought that was it was cool, and the reason why I find it cool was because, like you mentioned, this Temple game, these guys could have been asleep at the wheel and everything, but it was when you got an offensive coordinator that is going through this week, right? What's a great way to keep guys engaged over a not so good opponent that you should just roll, but instead of just going through the motions, you make practice fun. Kennick said that they practiced it. He didn't know what it was going to be called, but they practiced it.
Right.
And getting guys engaged on in practice with some trick plays, some, whatever formations, get guys, make it lively.
Right.
A week where, that the next week is Auburn and you start conference play. You have to fly all the way to, to the coast over there in Philly. I thought that was cool. I thought it was neat. And it rewards Kennick because Kennick's having a hell of a season.
Yeah,
so now you get you kind of reward the players that, who caught it? It was the
our punter, I think, Jacob Bullrich.
Yeah, it was a punter. But you reward guys to have fun and engaging through the week, and you make that call the first, that first, and it just gets guys awake. That was smooth. That was smooth by Arbuckle. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty smooth. I like that.
Yeah. Hey Eli, thanks for joining us.
What's up, man?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I keeping it light in practice is good, and you also want the game to be the reward for the week.
Yeah.
You want to work
Yeah.
all week, and the game should be a reward. You ought to go out there, and there ought to be you ought to be able to have fun. Enjoy. Just killing people, basically.
Yeah. Or running trick plays and all that
Whatever.
stuff. I
Just
mean, it's
yeah,
fun.
and it is right now. So we know the conference schedule is going to be a grind. It starts next week, so I was glad to see these guys go up there and take care of business, and had a few guys get banged up, but hopefully not too bad before we play Auburn next week. I'll go through a few of my takeaways here real quick. I mean, most of them are pretty just straightforward.
Oh, here. All right, let's do it.
Yep. I already mentioned one. The first one, just a very focused team that had no reason to really be that focused, but from the get, yeah, they just looked very intense. The defense, running all over the place, and offense. I'll just combine all my stuff. The rushing game showed some signs of life. Blaylock got 100 yards. Kind of a quiet 100 yards. It felt like,
it was quiet because he was just walking into the end zone a few times.
Maybe that's what it was.
He was just because he was just walking in the end zone and no one touched him, and he's like, Alex from last Trench Warfare was talking about how his explosion. I mean, if the defense isn't going to be there, he's going to be gone, and he's going to make it look easy. Those 100 yards look pretty easy for Torrey. So
yeah, he's got the ability to get to the outside, which it doesn't appear some of the other running backs has. He just can turn out there and take it to the house, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. So no, I have no problem with him getting a lot of the snaps right now because he looks like he's earned them.
Yeah.
So yeah, very quick. Go ahead.
And come off that, like, that's why all the drama with the Jaden Ott stuff. I put it on the forum or on the board. Like, I don't really care. Like, we shouldn't care. Torrey's killing it right now. Like, even if Ott's got plenty of time to get himself worked in, but if Torrey's making 100 yards look as easy as he did with Temple and Michigan, he had some really great plays, and if he keeps rolling, I mean, like, if Ott is a guy or he's not a guy, I mean, you can't hit on everybody and in your free agency, and you got this rookie true freshman Torrey who's really doing fantastic. He's only going to get better. I mean, this is only game week 3.
Yeah.
And he's doing this with what is it, a bum shoulder? So he's, supposedly banged up. I mean, he's still turning it out. Dude's a baller, man. But anyway, throw him some appreciation out there. Torrey's doing great, and yeah, not really worried about the Ott stuff.
Yeah, no, I just hope Ott can come on. I would really love to have a 2 or 3 back, headed monster going into the meat of the conference season, and so I'm not giving up on Ott. It's starting to feel like it maybe more of a mental thing than anything else. Potentially. So I'm hoping he'll just kind of snap out of it here in the next couple of weeks. So Eli just asked us the question there. Does DeMarco get the most out of his backs? Ott is an NFL talent and may look like because of arbitrary coaching. Yeah. To me, it feels like more and more that DeMarco Murray is a running back recruiter, but not a coach.
Maybe. To me, I feel like, just looking up, with the Talley Walker and Gavin Salchuk and a few other running backs, there's been like, I don't know if DeMarco has done a good job of reaching his players. I feel like he's only got really like one voice, like one way to talk to all of them.
Maybe. And
that's you've got different players at different personalities that take on. I'm a fan, man. I'm speculating. I'm not in the building, so I don't know. But
Right.
like it just seems like the history, just like maybe he's got my way, the highway, my voice. This is my one. You either the one voice, and you can't necessarily do that when you've got all those different personalities that come in. You gotta have to talk to got players differently with each one. Maybe that's the case here. I'm not sure. Maybe Ott's not playing to his potential at practice like they say
Right.
they is.
Right.
Maybe they're not. That's what Nagy said, and maybe you got to buy into that too. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
all I know is Torrey's killing it on the field, and even if Ott got out there, and he has been out there. I mean, we watched Michigan. He had like those 5 snaps in Michigan.
Mhm.
3 of them he ran right into a defender. Like he literally just ran right into him. Like he just went up to him like he was about to get a hug from the guy. So um he could just be not playing very well and
Yeah.
not focused.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And we don't, just what you just to kind of go off what you were saying with DeMarco, we don't know what kind of personality or whatever DeMarco brings into that room. He
Mhm.
was a former All Pro running back.
Yeah.
Does he have like uh, I don't know, lack of a better word, just this not arrogance, but just a way about him that doesn't come off real good with a lot of people. You got to have some humility sometimes. That players like it when you're humble sometimes and have some humility. And maybe he doesn't have a lot of that. I don't know. I'm just trying to. It's
I
hard
don't
to say because we know Beatonbow rides that offensive line and that he cranks those guys out left and right.
know. Yeah.
It-
But I
I
would
mean,
bet. I mean, with a coach, you have to be able to relate to your players individually and like be able to change your message to get them to
mhm,
buy into you. You can't just have it
yeah,
one. And I don't know. That my best guess is, Torrey comes in and he's, you know, been through all of fall camp and practiced his ass off, and he gets on the field and he's executing right. And then Jaden got his run with Michigan, and there was at least 3 run plays I saw. He just ran right into the guy. Um, I don't know. I like I said, I'm not really worried about it. Jaden's got plenty of time to turn it up, and we've got a number 1 back in Torrey. I've always been a fan of Xavier Robinson. I love that guy.
mhm,
I think he's got so much potential. So I think those are the two backs that you carry with you, and then if Jaden comes on, whoa. I will say that I still want to see the running backs catch out of the backfield.
yeah,
Like, can we get them going? Like I
yeah,
want to see some more. They when they come out, when they're doing their swings and their rails and their shoots and stuff out of the pocket, it doesn't. They their paths are not right, and like they can't. There's something there that I don't understand. But like we got to get the pass game coming out of that backfield too, because
yeah,
that will unlock a
yeah,
whole nother
yeah.
can of worms when you got Canick that's running all over the field.
And I feel like that may just be Arbuckle slow to get the whole you know game book opened up
Maybe,
kind of thing. Maybe
maybe, yeah.
I know in the past when we've had teams, we were slow to let the playbook open until Texas or something because we could afford to back then. We didn't play anybody before Texas back in the day, so we could.
Yeah.
Um, but you're right. To your point, I mean, just think about the last possession against Michigan. Do you remember the pass that he threw to Barnes
Mhm.
that ended up
Yeah.
extending that
Yeah.
drive? So to your point,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a weapon and it needs to be involved more. Hopefully even more this week because controlling the clock this week I think is going to be critical. But we can get into the Auburn game later this week.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm not sure what the stats are for our backs. I'm trying to look it up because I feel
yeah,
like there's a lot of missed opportunity there to really unlock this offense to another dimension. Sark does it all. That Sark the last 2 years. That's why the Texas offense is not good right now because they don't have
right.
great pass rushers. But they would kill us with
Okay.
Blue and the tight end. I forgot the tight end's name. When you got a tight end and a back, plus your receivers, you got all these dudes that can pass catch. You can the field is just unguardable. You don't have enough. There's not enough defensive players to be able to cover that much grass when you got all those pass catchers coming from different angles all over the field. So anyway,
Yeah,
I'll get off
Texas
my
may
rant.
not Texas may not have a pass thrower either. I mean, they may not have pass catchers, but there's that too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just had to throw that in there. Another takeaway, shifting over to the defense, just another suffocating performance by this defense. 3 games now, just totally stuffing the other team. I mentioned it to you yesterday. They're allowing 6 points per game, and I realize 2 of those opponents aren't great, but 6 points a game is 6 points a game. You go around the country and show me who else has done that. There's not very many.
They're
Would be my
top
guess.
5. They're
Yep.
top 5 with it. So
Um,
top 5
yeah.
in the country in scoring
Yep.
defense.
So I think this team, takes a lot of pride in just doing that, suffocating the other team for 4 quarters this year. You don't see a lot of breakdowns yet. And granted, we haven't played a great passing team yet. And, Auburn's got some receivers. Talking about pass catchers, Auburn definitely has some receivers. So if Arnold can get them the ball, that could test our secondary probably for the first time this year, which is fine. I want to see what Guillory and, Gentry and, maybe you get a Bowman back, and I want to see what those guys can do. Because I think they're a lot better in that cornerback room this year, and maybe they'll get a chance to show it this week.
Yeah, Auburn's going to be a tough one, with all the different receivers. I mean, Singleton and Cam Coleman. I mean, look at what Tennessee's doing on offense right now with all their 6'5" receivers. Yeah, they're hard to guard, man.
Yeah,
they don't have to necessarily be speed burners, but if they're 6'4", 5 dudes that can just jump over the top of you, I mean, it doesn't matter how fast they are. I mean,
right.
Aguilar for Tennessee is just lofting it up there. Arnold could do that. Arnold can loft one up there to Cam Coleman. We're going to have to win some of those 50-50 balls. That's going to be a big thing. But, we've got, Kendall Dolby got some run in this last game. We're going to need his length. Like, his length is going to be tremendous at corner if we do keep him at corner. We'll see if they keep doing that through the whole year. But Dolby has those long arms, man. He's got a little bit more wingspan than all the other corners put together. So like I would imagine he is going to be invaluable for this next week.
Yeah, I think Cortland and Gentry both have some decent length. I don't think they're like smaller necessarily.
No.
Hopefully they can match up with those guys pretty well. But yeah, defense has been something to watch here these first few games, and I'm really hoping that continues.
Who's stood out to you for the first 3 weeks on defense?
Gosh.
Like who's been Brad's surprise defensive player through the first 3 games?
Well, surprise, I think we have to go with what's his name, the linebacker. His name's escaping me right this second.
McKenzie?
Number 38. No, 38.
Oh, Heineke.
Thank you. He's been the most surprising just because he was so far down the depth chart, and so. But I'm trying to think at each level who the most surprising is, and I would say David Stone has been in that interior, even though we heard that he was coming on, because we know what Jackson brings, we know what Dominic Williams brings. So Stone on the interior, I've actually been pleasantly surprised. And you have stats that'll probably like make my stuff here look bad, but Marvin Jones Jr. I think's looked pretty good at the end. So he's been kind of the surprise at that level. And of course, Taylor Wine, which Brent was talking about him a lot. He's been pretty good as too. And we're going to need those guys with RMT being out for a half.
Right. So stupid.
Yeah. But linebacker, we mentioned Heineke. Secondary, he's not a surprise anymore because it's Cortland. Surprise. Yeah, no more surprise there. So
yeah,
he's just, he's man, playing above his years for sure. He looks like a seasoned sophomore, junior. I don't ever
Yeah.
see him show freshman tendencies or anything like that. I don't know what you see, but
Yeah,
and
Guillory's definitely my
Yep.
biggest surprise. You don't
Yep.
really get freshman corners, rookie corners that come in and just start for you right off the bat of a season. The coaches that actually trust you. He's done good. I mean, he's done good. I know everyone's doing the whole, target stat, but we don't necessarily know how good this whole defense is because we haven't really played a good offense yet. But Guillory's definitely a surprise because getting the first corner to start, freshman corner to start since Straight, right? Derek Straight was the stat. So
that sounds right.
I mean, that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool. I mean, and he earned it. So, and with him, you've got Eli Bowen, Kendall Doby, and Gentry.
Yeah, that's
And
a nice.
and you're gonna
Yep.
who's the nickel? See that's where I'm like, there's a lot of good corners. Would
Right.
love to have a nickel too.
Yeah. Devon Jordan's playing decent as well at corner. I think he's had to get some run here lately. Another guy, Reggie Powers, has shown up a little bit this year. He had a couple of busts, I think, yesterday, but that's another guy that's kind of surprised me. So yeah, we've had definitely some surprises come in there, and I like the youth movement going on with this roster.
Yeah, you need it
because there's some guys leaving in the next year. So let's not get into that today.
Yeah.
So I like these young guys showing up. All these recruiting classes that Brent's bringing in are guys that can develop, it appears, into ball players. So
yeah.
Last takeaway for me, and it was the same exact one I had last week. Got to start getting some takeaways.
Yeah.
Because
that'll come.
It's one of those deals. As good as the defense is playing, why, let's give the offense a short field. Let's get a pick six. Let's get something. We just to get some more points on the board, because come SEC play, points are going to be at a premium.
Right.
Offense scores 20, 24 points a game, you're hoping the defense can chip in for another 6-3 or whatever it may be. So I just think that needs to start happening soon. And I watched Brent's press conference yesterday, and someone asked him about it, and he goes, "Yeah, I know, it's disgusting, isn't it?" So he's kind of frustrated with it too. I mean, it's a frustrating thing, but we haven't needed it.
Right, and that's what was good. I mean, you're top 5 in scoring defense.
Yep.
You're nowhere near. You're like ranked 48th or 50th in sacks.
Yep.
You don't have any interceptions, so you're not even ranked there. You're getting to the point where most of these offenses. I mean, good for them. They've held on to the ball. I mean, our defense cannot hit any harder than that they are. I mean, Boganowski almost killed a guy last game. Like, they almost needed to go out there with a stretcher and everything. And the Boganowski came in and just smacked the hell out of that quarterback. We are hitting hard enough. The physicality's there. These offenses are doing a good job of holding onto the football, and these quarterbacks are doing really good getting rid of it. Okay, a lot of quick game. There's only been maybe a couple plays, like the big pass play last week where RSJ got caught. He was caught out of position because he literally took 3 steps forward with the mesh, with the run action in front of him, and he should have been on top of that. But yes, missed opportunities. But dude, 6 points a game through 3 weeks. Here's another thing, Brad. Last year we ranked 80th in the country in interceptions. So, and that, for as much as we played zone, because you're a vision break, zone is vision break, eyes on quarterback, you should be getting a lot of turnovers. That's what should have happened last year. But this year, it's a little bit different. We're playing a whole lot of man coverage, a lot of sticky coverage. Your eyes are not on the quarterback, eyes are on the man. So your turnovers are not going to be there. And watching Temple, we played we kind of flipped our tendency because like we are technically like really kind of heavy cover 3 for the first couple weeks. Last week we ran a crazy amount of cover 1, and if you're running cover 1, those the opportunities for turnovers drops just by nature of what you're running. So
Mhm.
I'm not really worried about it. I just want, the turnovers will happen because also the blitzes that Brent has been throwing out there is all pretty like standard. There's only been like a
Right.
few that were pretty exotic, I guess.
Right,
I don't know
right.
what the mainstream media way of saying it, exotic,
Right.
but there he'll get into some more different looks, but I think the turnovers are just on the horizon. I think the offenses too, Temple decided to die. Like they didn't. I mean, there was a point in the game where they just gave up.
Yep.
Illinois State gave up as soon as they walked in. Michigan gave up about 3/4 in. Okay, it was over. So when we get into these high pressure games, you're
Mhm.
going to see another Kip Lewis 6 points, just like he did twice last year, because these offenses are in conference play. The season is on the line. You're going to have teams that are fighting for a bowl bid. They're going to take chances. The quarterback is going to feel the pressure, aka Arnold. Turnovers are coming.
Yeah.
Believe
It's
that.
kind it's kind of like you said with, the offense needs to do, X, Y, and Z to totally unlock that offense to be what it can be. With the defense, if they start getting turnovers and start getting a little more pressure, they can unlock a different level as well. So, um, they've been, I don't know, our defense, I feel like is already great, uh, and has the
Yeah.
ability to be elite. So I think if it continues at the same rate it will be elite. Like
Yeah.
if they can bring whatever they took in the Michigan game, bring that through the whole conference schedule. Yeah, it's the best defense that we've seen here in a couple of decades, to be honest with you.
Oh wow, you're going that. Jeez.
Yep, I'm already going
After
there.
3 games, I'm waiting on mine,
No,
man.
no, no,
I'm
no, no,
I'm
no.
waiting to
You
say
didn't
that
hear what I
for a
said.
while.
I said
What?
if we take this defense through the SEC schedule,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
continue at the pace we're doing. No, no,
Okay,
no, no,
okay,
no.
okay.
No, no, no,
I was
not
like,
through
"Hey,
these
yeah."
first 3 games, Rob.
I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
all right."
Are you gonna have to edit this because of that? No, I'm just kidding.
No, we don't
Um,
edit anymore.
yeah, I know.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, yeah. Uh, no, there. Yeah, let's let's talk about some of the other games that were going on this year or this weekend. Um,
Okay.
yeah, bunch of good ones going on. That Georgia Tennessee game was probably the, just back and forth video game. First half
Yeah,
was video games. I swear they scored 35 points in the first 10
yeah.
minutes, or at least it felt that way. Um, that was a good game. I was pulling for the Vols just because I always liked for the higher rated teams to fall. I just want total chaos except for us.
Right.
Um, and yeah, I thought Tennessee had them. I was texting you. I was like, when Tennessee had the ball driving, I was like, Rob, we need 6 points. This kicker is sweating,
Yeah.
looks nervous. The guy looks nervous. Sure enough, he comes in there and just, I think he pushed it. I don't remember, but at that point, I'm
Yeah,
like, it's done.
it was over after that.
Yeah.
You can't let Georgia hang around like that.
Mm-mm.
No, the Tennessee still has an offense that's really damn good. I was actually lucky enough to be watching it with like a group of coaches, so they were all like talking about the Bryles offense. They were going through playbooks of the Baylor offense, and they were
Uh-huh.
picking stuff out, and they were also like, so a lot of them were talking like just I had to kind of keep my ear to the ground, but after watching it with them, basically what Tennessee was doing was that they basically flipped their tendencies and their disruptors, like their where they loaded up on the field, where they were pushing their double posts and some of their choice routes, trying to keep it kind of low key, but they flipped their tendencies And that's why some of those safeties were like completely lost, because they had, especially early in the game, because they were seeing things on the field that they were not expecting, and they got hit with it. And then Georgia came back and adjusted, and Tennessee went right back to their old bag of tricks. Like, not old bag of tricks, but went right back to their old tendencies, and then hit them again. And at the same time, Aguilar was just like hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
And from Brazil to like all of them were just, all they were doing was just taking the ball away. I mean, it was just, my guy's taller and bigger than you. That offense is still damn good. I don't think Aguilar. I've never thought Aguilar was a good quarterback, but those receivers and the willingness just to throw it up, and those receivers, they're not gonna find DBs that are as big as them on the outside that can run like they can. So it's gonna take a really good DB. You're gonna have one-on-ones all over the place. But that game was fun, and Georgia, holy crap, man! Just some of the stuff that they do with their backers and their safeties when they're trying, when it comes to like the pressures on, they have such a huge playbook of answers to get their guys in spots that normally most defenses can't, because it takes really good coaching. And Kirby Smart is a good.
Yeah.
I gotta study him more, man. Like, because what he does, he's like the next. I'm not gonna say the other guy, Saban, but he's in today's college football world. There's going to be a lot of people, a lot of teams. They're going to be copycatting him all the time, just like they did with Saban. Saban would beat an opponent, and every team would just copy and paste their game plan and just hope their guys could do it within reason, of course. But like, they would be like, oh, they traveled their nickel and they did this and they did that. Okay. So
I do think, Brent's not too far behind Kirby. Like Kirby's kind of sets the bar a little bit, but Brent's not far behind.
I feel like there's not enough attention on Brent, because I know we here in OU say, I mean, we do believe that he's a great defensive coordinator. I do. He's flipped. I'm surprised no one's talking about how we've completely changed the structure of our defense this year. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no pods are talking about it. Gabe and Teddy, no one's talking about how we have completely changed the entire structure of our defense. Like, it's a mint defense. Like, it is very Saban and Arnada-like defense, which is a little bit like, it's just strange that no one's talking about it. I don't know why. I wish I had more time. I'd be talking about it all the time. But Brent does not get enough attention nationally, and it's even in the coaching circles, like his stuff, like because Saban's stuff, like his playbooks and all that stuff is just out there. Brent's stuff, his language, like Brent Venables' language in defense is not out there. Like, you can't really find it, which I find it's kind of a little bit strange. But with his language not being out there, I think he's a great DC. And I think what he's doing is very similar with what Arnada did last year. So Arnada.
Yeah, I wasn't going to let you say that, Rob.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. But Aranda, like, he took over play calling last year for Baylor. And when he did, the first thing he tried to do was he became more aggressive, and his blitz rate literally doubled. Like, it just went through the roof. Like, he went, I'm going to beat you at the line of scrimmage. Very similar to what BV's done for the first 3 weeks. He took the play calling, and he's completely changed the whole like mental makeup of this defense is to get after the line of scrimmage. We're going to beat you at the line of scrimmage. And we don't run, like, we've gone through 3 weeks now, Brad. The 3 high safety is gone. Like, we haven't ran it like at all. Like, we are a mint defense. We've got a Jack Backer, which is basically our RMT, and now will be Marvin Jones Jr. And we have our nickel, or our big old Sam, and Kendall Daniels. Very Saban-like It is very old school. Like, we're gonna beat the line of scrimmage up with our big old time players. It's interesting, man. Like, and I feel like the nickel spot, or the cheetah, sorry, the cheetah spot is the, kind of tells you if we're going to end up continuing down this path. But um that's what I've seen in the first 3 weeks, man. It's not like what we ran last year. It is not. And I when we were in the off season, and I said I'm not sure what's going to change with Ali not being the play caller anymore. I didn't know, like, just like anybody else didn't know, but we definitely did change. Like, it is changed for the first 3 weeks. Like, our whole structure, our mentality, the physicality, the aggression, the blitz rate, I mean, all of it. Like, it's so different, and it's fun, man. It's really fun.
Do you think it's changed because Brent's finally got the personnel to change it? Is
I
there
think
any of that
so,
going
because
on?
I think the person that did it was Kendall Daniels. I think Kendall Daniels is really the dude that's really changing stuff,
Right.
because they would not. I don't think you can, because he's done really good carrying receivers. Like, in the last 3 games, he has
I've
been
seen that.
carrying
Yeah.
receivers like on their hip go, and you can't run this defense if you don't have a guy that can do that. And if you do sub your corner in, then you have to change a little. You have to change some stuff. But I really feel like Kendall Daniels has really been entrusted in, like, really allowing Brent to do all this, all the blitzes that we see. You see RMT. That's the reason why you don't see RMT getting a whole lot of sacks, because we're running a mint defense, which is a 4-eye. He's lined up as a 4-eye, which means he's inside the tackle, which means he is out leverage by alignment to be able to come out to the outside to pass rush. And he's being asked to be the hook curl, or sorry, the curl flat in cover 3, or the flat, and sometimes in cover 2, the way that they rotate some stuff. So, like, RMT's not really getting a whole lot of sacks in this defense, but it allows Kendall Daniels to be able to move around a lot, and you're able to bring a whole bunch of pressure too. That's why you see the creepers with the corners and a bunch of other stuff, because he's trying to be multiple across the field by bringing multiple guys in different spots, and still have RMT be able to be at the line, and etc. But no, it's completely different. It is completely different. I'm surprised I haven't heard anybody talk about it. I watched Michigan not but a couple days ago, and I was like, this is not the same. And then I watched Temple. I haven't watched all 22, but rewatching Temple, I'm seeing the same thing. Went back to Illinois State. You could throw that in the garbage because we were pretty basic on defense on that. But that's something I'm watching, Brad. I think we might actually have a defense that is very different than we've had in a few years structurally.
Gotcha. Yeah, we we touched on that Georgia Tennessee game. A couple others I was going to bring up, SEC related. Notre Dame, A&M. I thought at one point Notre Dame like had a commanding lead in that game. Did A&M like come storming back or something? I get home late. They're like, A&M beats Notre Dame. I'm like, what?
Yeah, scoring in bunches.
Yeah. So, great comeback by A&M, of course. But something I want to touch on that you kind of brought up before we jumped on the pod here is Notre Dame. They played Miami. They played A&M. They've lost them both. They have 2 losses now. You said they're still ranked in the top 25.
Yep.
To me, they ought to be eliminated from the playoffs right now.
Yeah, no shit. Like, that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, you're
They're
eliminated.
0-2.
You scheduled, because if you look at their schedule, these are the 2 best opponents they had on their schedule, and you lose them both. You shouldn't even be considered in the playoffs right now.
Playoffs. You should be in the top 25, man.
Yeah, like, schedule better or join a freaking conference. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're out, dude. Sorry, you're not making the playoffs this year, and it's week 3. That's just how it rolls.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, the same works with NFL too. Very, 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 very few times in history do a team go 0-2, goes 0-2 and still make the playoffs? I mean, you go 0-2, your odds like drop. I have to check the Chiefs game.
It's 13-10. 13-10 Eagles, 10 to go in the third. Dude, I have it.
Anyway, go
I
ahead.
have it pulled up over here on my screen.
Oh, do you?
I'm,
Okay, cool.
I'm checking on it.
Let
for
me
you.
know if something bad happens.
No, I will. Well, I mean,
Right.
they're down, so is that bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So Notre Dame game again. Notre Dame's eliminated from the playoffs, in my opinion. The other game, LSU Florida, the nightcap. DJ Lagway, 5 interceptions. Rob, can we stop pumping this guy like he's some elite quarterback? And that was maybe Paul Feinbaum and other people that were doing that. But my gosh, the guy, what has he proven?
Nothing. I've never mentioned Lagway
I know.
ever on this pod talking about the top quarterbacks in the SEC. I didn't buy into it at all. Zero. None. I didn't believe it. Like, no.
5 picks, 1 game.
And that defense wasn't exotic about anything.
Yeah. So
at all.
Yeah.
It was cover 1.
So Lagway is not great. So we've established that. Here's the other thing that's weird. LSU is like Jekyll and Hyde. We thought their offense was going to be off the charts and their defense was going to be meh or mid or whatever you want to throw in there. Their defense looks good and their offense is so. Like, that offense is not clicking right now.
Yeah.
With those weapons, I mean, heck, they got a Bauer Sharp and a Nick Anderson, former OU players. They ought to be elite, right? So, no, Nussmeier just hasn't looked fantastic. I don't know if you watched any of that game. He threw a late pick that was just terrible that made Brian Kelly want to lose his freaking mind. Did you see that?
No, oh no, I did. Yeah,
interception.
I saw
dude.
it. Yeah, just
he could have ran out of bounds, thrown it out of bounds, but no, he throws it back into the whole crowd.
Yeah.
I'm like, what an idiot. And to your point, Rob, you keep saying if you can get him out of the pocket and make him, I don't know, just get him off of his, I forget what you call it, but
out of the pocket, off his feet. You just got to get him to move his feet.
No,
his accuracy drops tremendously. I've seen the numbers. His accuracy, his decision making drops tremendously. Mateer, on the other hand, is more normal. Like when he's moving on his feet, he's hit marks that are very normal for a quarterback.
Or even when he's not on his feet.
And if he's not on his feet,
that jump pass,
yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like it's normal.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna be the most accurate quarterback, but but as far as Mateer moving on his feet, he hits marks that are just normal. Nussmeier, not the same at all. You move him off, he's just like bad, just not good. Yeah. And they took advantage of that with their 2 first-round tackles that they had last year, Emory Jones and Will Campbell. And they knew they weren't going to be able to replace them, so they threw all their money on Nick Anderson and Bauer Sharp. And Nick Anderson does not like to play football. Did you see my post on the board? I swear, I think Nick Anderson has a secret hobby he doesn't tell anybody. It's like painting or drawing or watercolors or pottery, something. There's something that drives that kid in his life, and football's not it. Like he wants to do something else. Like he likes the cars and stuff like that. I don't know, but there's a hobby. It's secret, and he doesn't want to tell anybody. And he plays football. That's not. Someone needs to tell him, like, you have to play football sometime.
Yeah.
Like, just like you're gonna have to do something.
And he looked so promising here as a freshman.
He did.
So efficient. What did he have? Like 10 receptions and like 5 touchdowns. I know it wasn't that much, but it was a lot. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Very promising here. And you and I are huge fans of Rodney. I mean, we generally like the Andersons. So I
Yes,
know that's
yes.
hard. I know that's hard for you to say. No, no, not that part, but the part about him,
Yeah.
painting whatever. So yeah, um, you know what? I've seen Bauer Sharp play a couple of games. I'll take my tight end right now. I think Canick's better than Sharp, just because he's
No.
more versatile. Like it's not even close, versatility wise.
Yeah. That's pretty
And
wild. He was sitting
isn't
there in
it?
the defensive room,
He was a
linebacker room the whole
linebacker.
time.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah,
And I'm gonna say this: Canick is Canick. Okay, Canick is Canick. The coach, I'm not giving him any credit. I'm sorry, I'm not. Canick is Canick.
right,
Canick is Canick until coach can tell me he can do it again and again. You don't tell me that. Anyway,
right.
Canick is doing really good. Canick deserves all the accolades. Canick
Yep.
is Canick. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, he's a tight end that will end up scoring an 80-yard touchdown this year because of his speed. He will get in the seam and end up taking one to the house, and you don't see that with tight ends. That's what I like about him is he's just got an extra gear. But yeah, so Florida lost. They're 1-2. Rob. They play Miami and Texas the next few weeks, so good chance they could be 3-loss or 4-loss team. Does Napier make it to the end of the year?
Mm.
This was a guy that was on
What?
the last year because they were 4-5, and then they won out, and he saved his job. So can he go? Can he lose another 5-loss season and survive again?
So it's obviously no if it was here. But in Florida, you don't really know what the standard is over there.
Yeah,
I don't know. He could be well connected. I would fire him. But I mean, OU, you can't do that.
right.
Tuscaloosa, you can't do that. They might give him another year. I would say no.
Yeah,
You fire his ass. Like there's
I
just
think
no
he's
way.
gone. Yeah, I think he's
He
gone.
has to
I
be
don't.
gone.
Yeah,
But he had a good recruiting class. There was some like movement.
yeah.
You had the one strange thing is that he wasn't able to keep Anthony Richardson from going to the NFL when it was
Hmm.
clearly obvious that he was not ready.
He needed another year. Yeah,
He needed another year. He couldn't convince him to stay, and he is struggling in the NFL. Like I don't
Mhm.
think he plays anymore. Like I feel like if you can't keep your quarterbacks, you can't reason with them and say, "Hey, bro, you're not ready for the NFL." And then the way that he continues to struggle. I mean, there's some great players that go to Florida, Brad. Like there's no shortage of talent
No,
in Florida.
Florida's always
Like you should
recruited
be
well.
winning.
Everybody, yeah, that's a draw. I mean,
It's a
recruits
huge
love to go to
draw.
Florida. Yeah,
Yes. So yeah, I would fire him in a heartbeat.
yeah. So I hope they tank really bad. I hope he gets fired, and Nagy's already poaching.
Oh man.
He's been poaching
Man.
before the season even
Yeah.
started with Florida players, and we've lost a couple to them. There's been a couple of recruiting battles that they've won.
Ooh.
So, Rob, they tank. We beat Auburn. We win in Dallas against Texas. We're 6-0. I can promise you, flip watch, there's going to be a half a dozen guys that we're going to be able to potentially flip. There just is.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good.
Yeah. So
That's a good point.
let's hope all that, maybe not a half a dozen, but there's plenty that will look our direction and realize that, things are better in Norman than people thought.
Yeah.
Last team or game I want to mention, and to me, it's the best win of the weekend. How about the Commodores of Vanderbilt
Oh, I know.
going in to South Carolina
Yeah.
and doing what they did?
Yeah.
To me, that's
I
the biggest win of the weekend.
yeah, I see that, man. Everyone talks about how our schedule is like really bad in the off
I'm glad I don't
It's
have
so
Vandy.
bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Right.
The schedule is so bad.
Right.
And they talk about like all these teams that we don't have. Vandy is due with that coach,
Right.
and if they could find another year for Pavia, which I don't think they can, thank
Give him
God.
an 8th year or whatever the hell it is.
Yes. But like they are due to just for the last couple of years to beat someone they're not supposed to beat, go on the road and beat somebody. I wanted to look at their schedule because I thought they had another team on there. I was like, but they just smacked the living crap out of South Carolina. They couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
They got LSU at home, and they got to go to Texas, and they've got Missouri at home as well, and Auburn at home. So they're gonna get somebody else.
Yeah.
They're gonna get somebody else.
Well,
Pavia is gonna be Pavia.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the LSU at home.
LSU at home.
That might be one of those upset games for them. They
Yeah.
upset Alabama at home last year, so they may get them.
They're gonna snake by someone else.
Yeah.
Their season ain't done. They might be a sneaky good one of those good bowls that like I don't know, the Gator Bowl or whatever. But they're gonna snake bite someone else. They're gonna nip at someone's heels and take a win. They're gonna steal a win, is what I like to say. Steal a win.
Right. Yeah. We still have 8 top 25 teams left on our schedule.
Yeah, but like Texas is overrated.
Yeah, so
South Carolina is overrated.
Exactly.
Ole Miss is kind of overrated.
Yeah, like Tennessee may be a little better.
Yeah, Alabama.
So
I mean, I don't know what Alabama.
So to start the season, we looked at it and we had 9 top 30 opponents or something like that.
Yeah.
As we keep going through the year, I'm like, yeah, we have 8 top 25 teams left, but each one of those teams has to play us. So it's like it's starting to look like well, it's starting to look like we're the hunted and not the hunter here pretty soon if we keep playing ball like we are. So I don't know how you rank the SEC teams right now, but I think we crack the top 5. If I'm this is conservative.
SEC, we're top 3, man.
Conservative view, Rob. We started the season. Just listen to me. We started the season. We were ranked anywhere from 7th to like 10th, depending on what media outlet or whatever you saw. My point is, we're in that top 5 now, and I don't even think it's a question. And you're saying top 3, and I can get there. I do think it's really, the top 4 or 5 are pretty closely, and I don't even know who those are right now. If you put a gun to my head, I'm not sure I could come up with a list, but Georgia's up there. You have to put Georgia in the top 3, correct?
Well, yeah, Georgia, OU, A&M. I love A&M, so those are the 3.
Wow, you threw A&M in there. I didn't see that coming. You caught me off guard here.
I don't believe in LSU, man. I don't like them.
Okay.
I don't like them. They're 4, but I don't like them.
Giving up on Alabama too soon?
No, Alabama's 5 or 6 with Tennessee.
Well, we jumped into the top 3. Nice.
Well, we talked about it. DeBoer does not. I mean, he looks like a puppy dog, man. I don't think he has. I think he's lucky he doesn't. Do they play Georgia this year? Because I think they do. They play next week, or on the 27th.
Okay.
27th. So at Georgia. Yo, he's gonna get murdered.
Nice.
Well, I don't know what the line is, but you and I need to make a side bet on that game. Alabama, Georgia.
Oh, I'm all over Georgia. We're on the same side of that, dude. There's no bet being made.
So I mean, Georgia will get that win, but I've liked A&M. I've thought they've been a sneaky playoff team since before the season. Mike Elko is going to get that defense rolling. Like they're gonna play good, and that Marcel Reed kid, he can sling it, man. So,
hey, you and Eli just put something in the chat here. He said he likes to.
All right, Eli, you and I need to make a side bet.
There's your side bet guy right there, man. Not me. Eli, go ahead and try to take Rob's lunch money. I've done it a couple of times, so go ahead and
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Alabama. I don't like LSU. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong. Like they could beat us. Okay, like I'm just saying, like they are not the same as they were
Yeah.
last year and definitely the years prior. This is we've talked about it. When Nick Saban decided to retire, there was a power vacuum. Okay, there's a power vacuum, and it's going to take a couple years for the dust to settle because Alabama's roster is really really good. Saban handed the keys to a Lamborghini to DeBoer, but after a few years, when
Yep.
he's going to have to bring in new players and develop and have the culture and the scheme and keep up with everybody, I just didn't think it was going to happen. And then with Georgia, they have all that in place. Kirby Smart's been there. He knows how to win. He won a couple of championships. They're the new top dogs. They're kings of the mountain. And it I look at us, OU, and Brent, even though his record doesn't say it with his 6 and 7 seasons,
Yeah.
we know the culture here is different. We
Mhm.
could see the defensive line today absolutely rampaging on people on the for the last 3 weeks. We have just been kicking ass on the defensive line, which we have not seen in years. So
Right.
we've seen progress, power vacuum, Kirby at the top, and then you look at the defense, defenses. Brent's defense this year is killing it. I want to bring up some stats, man. I gotta
Yeah.
show some defensive
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. You need to cut me off with all the game talk here. If you're ready to shift over some stats, let's do it, man.
Okay. Okay. So
Hey, before you jump into the stats, check out Charlie's. Charlie,
I
just
did.
throw something in the chat here, man. You got to check it out.
Oh yes, yes.
So, Rob, are we having
Hey,
a big tailgate?
yes,
Yeah,
we're having a
yeah.
huge tailgate.
Yep,
Absolutely, man.
Yep.
I'm doing a smoked pork butt and smoked mac and cheese. Oh, dude, it's gonna be good. I'm
So,
gonna try to
yeah,
grill up some grilled pineapple. So I'm gonna have
Yep.
some
Okay.
grilled pineapple and pork butt. I'm gonna plump it with my pineapple marinade. So I'm gonna have a pineapple marinade plump, grilled pineapple with some Hawaiian rolls, and yeah, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
yeah. Who's bringing the JFA jersey to burn?
I don't have one. I got a Jackson Arnold signed card behind me. I could bring
you?
that. We could burn a card.
Hey,
And
that
it's
can be
worthless now.
that can be kindling to put on the fire. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, dude, my smoked pork butt is legit, man. Like
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, Charlie wasn't a big fan of the Philly cheesecakes. I remember seeing a comment
Oh.
from him yesterday. Yep, he said they were overrated. He said he can make a better Philly cheesesteak than what he had in Philadelphia yesterday. So
I feel Charlie's pretty low key like chef.
yes,
Like with the gumbo recipe,
yep,
I did it. Whoa. Like it blew my mind. I've made gumbo a couple times, but you're right, Charlie. You gotta wait for it to the roux. You gotta wait for it to just get nice and brown because that's where all the flavors at. Whew. Dang, dude, so good. Oh, I'm doing a. I haven't decided if I want to do a gumbo or a jambalaya for LSU weekend, but I've got a. Oh, dude, I've got a. Oh, I think it's.
So why are you having to decide, Rob? Why can't you do both? I mean, isn't that the answer?
Because we've got like one 3-gallon cast iron pot to be able to do.
Oh gosh, you shouldn't have to make decisions in life. Just do everything,
Yeah. All right, so
All right.
let's talk a little
Looking
offense.
at stats. Yep.
So we are 7th in the country in third down conversion or success rate. I actually duplicated it, but 7th in the country in third down conversion rate, looking good. 10th in the country in EPA per drop back, really good. 18th in the country in explosive pass rate. These are just explosive plays in the run in the pass game, ranked for FPS, really good. Havoc rate allowed, Brad, 41st in the country. That's going to be your run stops. That's your pass breakups. That is your sacks. That is your pass breaks, run stops, PBUs, and sacks. I feel like I'm missing another one, but 41st in the country, kind of in the middle of the pack. The other surprising stat, points per drive. So we've been hovering in the 40s for points per drive. We're not doing a good. And I've got to. We're not efficient. We're really kind of struggling to. We get a lot of opportunities to score, but we're not punching them in. We're either selling for field goals or we're just kicking a punt or whatever. But sack rate allowed 26th in the country. Stuff rate allowed 28th, which is kind of feeding into the havoc rate. I mean, those are just two. They're just kind of feeding off each other. Yards per rush 4.66, 41st in the country.
Not a shocker there.
Not a shock there either.
Can I say something and interrupt you here?
Sure.
The fact that there's not a lot of stuff below 40 here is a good thing. The fact you're having to highlight the stuff that's 40 and over is a good thing compared to last year.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
back to your points per drive. I want to ask you this, Rob. Can you think of more than 4 passes to the end zone this year? Passes to the end zone this year.
I mean, I know Dion had a good game versus Michigan, but he got a touchdown.
Passes to the end zone, like
to the end zone.
Not some guy catching it and running it in the end zone, like passes into the end zone. You had the Kanik one,
and
maybe a couple more. Like Mateer hasn't thrown in the end zone very much this year, which is
I hope maybe if you can get Giovanni Gibson in and you can get some more 50-50 balls in the back of the end zone, because Giovanni Gibson fits that role of I can win over the top of you, so you could take some shot plays.
Both the Gibsons did. That was both their forte.
Yeah.
Jaden, we don't have to get into Jaden's absence, but no, I'm with you. That hasn't been a thing. And it's good that you can run the ball and score, but at some point you got to be multifaceted and be able to throw some balls in the end zone from 30 yards out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. So, our EPA per play is 0.31 or 0.31, and rank 6th, and that could be driven by your explosive rate. It could be driven by your pass success rate, which is just, all like Keontae Lewis and Kanik just being able to find those easy big time plays. But yeah, our points per drive is a little strange for as well as we've been in all other areas. But you get that Giovanni Gibson in, and you can win some 50-50 balls in the end zone, like you said, and then that will be a good kicker. Red zone TD rate is 5th in the country. So once we do get in the red zone, we get into the red zone, we are scoring, which is good.
Right.
But I've got 52 explosive plays. 52. Which is a lot.
Number. That's
high.
Yeah,
that goes back to here.
17 a week.
Yeah, and then our defense is only giving up 15. I'll say that again. Our defense is giving up 15. That's a pretty good ratio.
Isn't it explosive 20 plus, or is it less than that?
So on mine, it's 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Rushes, 10-yard gain on rushes and passes. I might actually change that because SIS uses 15 yards for pass plays. So I haven't really quite decided what I want to do there yet. Looking at weekly offensive metrics per week. got EPA per play and explosive rate, and success rate and offense yards per play. So I'm just tracking this through each of the week. Let's see. Hold on, I lost my.
No, I'm with you. I know you had struggles today with stuff like breaking on you.
Yeah,
so
I don't know
I
why
just got
my
I got my
headphones
fingers
just.
crossed. Everything works for you during the pod here.
No, my headphones just cut out. I don't know why. I just heard a bunch of
Yeah.
noise. Looking
That's
at
no way
defense. So this
that's
is
no way
what
to
I
talk
wanted to
about me,
show.
Rob. Yep.
This is what I've been wanting to show, because again, I'm still kind of
Yeah, we're
reeling
still
on
down
like
there,
how
dude. Wow.
we are. This is insane. So again, this is looking at havoc rate.
Mm-hmm.
So this is defensive causing havoc rate, PBUs, sacks, TFLs, stops, all that different stuff. Like it's just encompassing all of great defensive play versus EPA drop back allowed, meaning when a quarterback hikes the ball and he drops back to pass, is he providing positive efficiency in moving their offense? That's it. Just positive efficiency and drop back versus all the defense of havoc. And OU is only one of 4 teams in the entire country. Their EPA dropback allowed is negative 0.2 or negative 20%, and their havoc is 13%. And I'm telling you, Brad, the only team that really hovered down here all year last year was Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
And they all threw their way to win a national championship. So this is kind of wild. Like, we were nowhere near here last year. We were like in the middle of the pack, all this, this noise. We still have to play a quarterback, right? We still have to play an OC. But through the first 3 weeks, you cannot be in any better position than one of 5 teams at the bottom of here of EPA dropback allowed. And I like the idea of us being around in this like middle part of havoc. That
Mm-hmm.
means that we're just playing really just normal defense, and the guy, the quarterbacks can't do anything about it. So, to kind of give you an idea, like the really bad teams are over here. Like, what's a good bad team? Like Notre Dame. Holy moly. So their havoc rate is 4%, and the EPA drop back allowed is 51. So that means every time a quarterback is dropping back to pass, they are hitting the Notre Dame defense with amazing efficiency of moving the ball downfield every time they drop back to pass.
Mm-hmm. Is that Arizona State above them up to the left, or is that a different ASU?
Alcorn State.
Okay. I was like, well, that doesn't feel right either. I thought Arizona State was pretty good.
No.
Something that draws my attention a little bit here, Rob, is Nebraska's down there near us.
Yeah.
And interesting enough, they play Michigan this next week. So that's a game that I'm kind of interested to keep an eye on.
Okay.
How does the greatest quarterback ever to step on a football field, Bryce Underwood, according to Portnoy, how does he fare against the Huskers? Because they have a pretty good defense. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Sorry to disrupt you there. That just kind of caught my eye.
Good. So let's take a look at OU's defense real quick, and then we can go to some more defensive stuff. All right. So OU's defense, we've all seen the stats on X: 17% third down conversion, 3rd in the country. Freaking awesome, man. I mean, you've got an offense that's 7th in the country and a defense that's 3rd in the country. You're doing pretty good on 3rd down. That's the money down, man. That's where you make your money.
Yeah,
that's money.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
15 explosive plays allowed. Again, 52 explosive plays on offense. I mean, that's unreal, man. Yeah. Like that's straight up unreal. 15 explosive plays through 3 games and 52 on offense. Anyway, wasn't expecting all of that. Let's see. So I mean, honestly, you just see a lot of green. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
a
Well,
lot of
I don't see
green. I
any.
mean,
I
you
don't
go
see any
through that.
red. I don't see any red, Rob.
Oh, we're not gonna see any red on here, man. Not for OU. If you want to see red, I could turn on Texas and Oklahoma State. If you want to see some red,
You don't have to. You don't have to show me the red. Just the fact that you said that's plenty. So
no, I've been looking at Oklahoma State all day and Texas because I think it's just
yeah,
funny.
don't look at
So
Oklahoma
here's
State, please.
Oklahoma
Oh, you
State.
got them pulled up here.
Yeah, I just want to throw it. But
It,
you know,
it
point.
didn't refresh.
Oh, it'll refresh. It's
Oh,
working.
okay. I was like,
There's your
I
red.
said it's still
See,
green.
the red works.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
Oklahoma State's having some issues, dude.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on. You want some more red? We can go to Texas too.
Wow.
You know what? I should try to flip that horn logo upside down. I just thought of that.
No.
Anyway.
I mean, we can do it. There.
Yeah, we could do it. So I mean, OU's defense, you know, second in the country on 3rd and 4th down, on success rate allowed, points per drive allowed, 0.4 points per drive allowed, 3rd in the country. Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, no,
Sack
their
rate,
defense is salty. Yeah. Oh,
sack rate 8.
I
Yeah,
thought
go
that
ahead.
was Texas.
No, Texas
That's
over here.
our defense.
This is our defense in the green.
Oh god, dang!
Right here.
It's gonna be murderous in Dallas, dude.
Numbers don't lie, and yes, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Stuff rate 22nd in the country, success rate allowed 2nd, yards per dropback allowed 2nd, yards per play allowed 3rd, yards rush allowed. That's where you had a couple plays from Illinois State. You've had the big 75-yarder to Michigan. Temple had a few good plays. I mean, I'm not really worried about any of that, but looking really good. Looking good.
Yeah.
Offense. So this is where we're going to get in some deep advanced stats. Like
Okay.
this is super deep. So this is offensive echo rate and offense finishing drives. So this is looking at how often do you get 2 first downs and a drive into scoring opportunities. A scoring opportunity is just defined as 40 yards, like you're within your opponent's 40-yard line, and your points off of it. So we're kind of sitting in the middle of the pack, ironically, right next to Ohio State again. I don't know what it is between OU and Ohio State right now.
We're next to Georgia too, so
yeah, in Georgia. So what this is saying is we're having a couple first downs in a drive. We're pushing over the 40-yard line. What's our points off of that per drive? And right now it's 4 points per drive. And so if you look at some of these teams over here in this top right quadrant are doing a better job of scoring. So hate to bring up USC, but they're kind of sitting up here. 51% of their drives have 2 first downs and a scoring opportunity. And of that scoring opportunity, they almost get 6 points. So they're converting their scoring opportunities into touchdowns, whereas we are not quite there. Where we got 4.4%, 4.4 points per drive into scoring opportunities. So just need to finish drives. You get touchdowns. This is basically essentially saying get touchdowns, not field goals.
Right.
Get touchdowns, not field goals. And if you get touchdowns, you're going to be up here with in the top right quadrant. But we're not Stanford down here who can't score anything in their scoring opportunities, or there's OSU again who is struggling to score less than a field goal every time they cross the opponent's 40-yard line. So
yeah, Oregon's up there a little bit too. I was kind of seeing where they're at because they've been pretty efficient.
Yeah. Yep.
Auburn is slightly above us to the left. Does that mean they're about the same?
Let's see if I can narrow down. Where are they? Oh, there they are.
Yep.
So that's saying, so what this is saying compared to our 46% and their 41, we have gotten more scoring opportunities than them, but they have converted more points off of less drives so far through 3 games. So again, if you look at that Temple game, some of those field goals, we should, if we were able to push for a touchdown, this would have changed. All of it would have changed.
Yep.
But I like this stat because it really digs into scoring opportunities and points. Like, can we score off of our drives or not? So that's a good one. Success rate. This is just kind of a left to right. The teams up here. Success is just number of first downs and then EPA play. So
yeah, there's way too many teams stacked on top of each other for me to figure out who's where. I can't see there. I think we're somewhere embedded next to Michigan to the right. But there's a lot of logos stacked on top of each other. So I think I see us there. Yep.
Yeah, there's Michigan. We are like right in there.
Yep.
And this is probably, I bet you Michigan was probably way down here until they had their 63-point explosion game.
Look at SC just off into the distance there to the right.
Yeah, look up their schedule though. I saw that.
I know. I'm just saying they're just like off over there. We'll never. We can say Tebow's a complete a-hole for the rest of our lives, but we will never question his ability to score points. Fair?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
He can score points.
Yep.
All right, you ready for some really deep dive stuff?
I'm ready.
Stuff that I mean,
this is stuff that even I got my snorkel, Rob. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, I gotta toot our horn a little bit because like all those advanced stats, like all those, there's a lot of like advanced stats nerds like me that can rebuild it, but this is stuff that they don't have. And I'll honestly, like, even
that's you, dude.
I mean, really nobody has this. Like nobody's taken the time to build this out. Like I've got every team in the country, and this is what I've got. I've got pressure usage by rushers. My gosh, that's a tongue twister. So I've got from, how often are we sending pressure or how are we sending pressure? I've got the sack percentage by the number of rushers that we send by team and the average kind of built into it. And then I've got the completion percentage and pressure and sack percentage. And then I've got defensive coverage calls. So I've got the coverage calls of the different contours of each coverage and the FBS average of completion percentage of each call. And then I have the usage of every coverage call. Then I've got...
You're right, Rob.
Yes.
No one else has this.
No. And then we'll start here. So
Sure.
This is the most important part. This can summarize it up. So what this is looking at, this graph, you let me know if you can see all this.
Yep.
Let's see if I can max it out. There we go. That's good. All right, so this is secondary success. So we all know and have seen through the last 3 weeks the tremendous amount of pressure these quarterbacks are under, and there's nobody that benefits that more than the secondary. And when you're going into conference play, you're trying to evaluate your team, and you're trying to think of, okay, what's the strength of our defense? How can we win games? And I don't think there's any secret, Brad, that the strength of the team is through the front seven. It's the defensive line. It's creating havoc, and it's trying to help our back end from trying to help them and give them an opportunity to succeed. What this is, it's basically just saying, okay, at the bottom here is defensive bust. Down here on the left is defensive boom. So this is all the teams, good on the top left, bad on the top right. Defensive bust, meaning broken plays, big plays, plays over 10 yards through the air. Teams on the left, basically big, all the bust rates. So these are PBUs, these are incompletions, these are stalled drives off of a pass play on third down. I mean, this is like looking at defensive bust versus how often a secondary bust versus how often does a defensive boom. And OU is ranked really, really dang good. I mean, there's only like one, two, three. Again, Ohio State. I don't know
Texas.
what it is with Ohio State, Brad, but literally every single time I create a graph, Ohio State is like right next to us.
Yeah.
The former champs. So OU has a 28% boom and an 11% bust rate in secondary play. So Texas sitting there. Texas got a good secondary. And then you've got Ohio State sitting there again. So really, really good. And if you're going to generate that much pressure, this secondary is going to be the main benefactor of it. And this looks really good, man. I mean, if you're getting quarterbacks running for their lives, and the only thing, like we've mentioned earlier, is we need turnovers. I mean, you get turnovers, and now you're really cooking.
Right. Yep. That's the one thing missing. How much do you think coaching staffs look in these metrics these days? I mean,
they
it's a
said
thing
that
from a
Yeah, it
success
is.
standpoint, right? They have to have
Well-
something to quantify results, right?
Well, Nagy said it himself in the offseason. They contracted out. They hired people to do it. Yeah.
You have a sorry,
I'm
you
just
know
saying,
exactly
they
where I was heading
contracted
with
out.
that.
So yes,
Rob,
they do see
Rob
it.
is available if you're listening. Mr. Nagy, Venables, Rob is available. He would gladly have a second job to support the Oklahoma football program.
Yes, they do see it. They have mountains of data. I mean, Nagy said at one point that they were contract, and a lot of teams do contract it out because there's probably somebody that built all this out, and it has a better deliverable than I could. But yeah, so they totally look at all this. I mean, I don't know how often the coaching staff. I don't know. I'm sure Brent probably has a gatekeeper that probably gives him a few things to look at. I can't imagine Brent sitting here going, "What?" Going through all the graphs, like, "What? No."
Yeah. And with this stat here, we have some pretty good company there. Just to our right, you have A&M, which is a team you like. You have Oregon right there to our right. Auburn's right there, which doesn't give me good feelings. Them coming to Vanderbilt is down and a little bit to our right, surprisingly.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we keep some good company. I don't know. It'd be interesting someday, Rob, if you can ever just isolate this to SEC. Once we get into the SEC play,
Sure.
It would be interesting because you get rid of a lot of the other noise, and maybe that will give us some idea. Where do we really stand? Defensively and offensively in the SEC. So
yeah. I think I could easily put a filter in here and just be like, "Give me SEC," and just look at it.
Yep.
But yeah, this is just some stuff that I'll put in the newsletter. The newsletter that's free, championstandard.com. I'll be talking about all this. I mean, I'm tracking everything. I can get anything. And then I've got the film too to make it make sense. So we can see it with our eyes. You can see a number. If you're a numbers person, you can see a number. If you're a film person, you can see the play. It all makes sense. I did find that it was kind of interesting this week. This was the first week that OU ran the most man coverage through a game. And I really, really, really hope. So this is Temple, week 3, OU's coverage calls. They ran 8 times they ran cover 1, and then another 6 times they ran quarters, which is really, really good to see. Going into conference play, you cannot have wide receivers running vertically downfield, undressing your safeties. You have to match verticals, and if you have to do it in cover 1 or some sort of cover 3 match, do it. Because you got Cam Coleman, Aaron Anderson. Nick Anderson in November will probably decide to play football against OU. I mean, you're going to have a lot of great receivers on your schedule. You cannot allow them to run full speed on your safeties, period. You have to either reroute them at the line of scrimmage with your backers, reroute post them, or you got to be able to match them with dudes that can cover and put them in the position to be able to carry them vertical. I thought that was a good sign. So I hope that we continue to see that. And I saw it on film too. I mean, I saw it on the rewatch. I haven't had a chance to dive into all 22 yet, but
yeah, I'm hoping we just have one of those defenses that just matches up with everyone, and we don't have a lot of weakness this year. You know, our corners have not been tested yet, and maybe that happens next week, but I don't know. You know, is JFA, you know, is Arnold one of those guys that have tested secondaries consistently in his short career? Not really.
no.
So I don't know if this is a test. We know they have the receivers and pass catchers. Obviously, they're extremely talented at receiver. So yeah, just looking ahead, I just think it's a really good test. A really good test for this defense. I like how our schedules kind of shook out these first 4 or 5 weeks.
Me too.
You know, the Michigan and Auburn games are really good. I hate to keep using the word litmus test. I don't want to keep using that, but it's just a really good gauge on where you're at in different parts of your, you know, defense, offense, whatever. We're playing 2 physical teams these first few weeks. You know, fortunately, we're not playing a Georgia that could expose us potentially early, or you know, some other team. You said A&M. Let's just say LSU, Tennessee, or somebody that could have really exploited us these first few weeks of the year.
Yeah.
So
no, you're right. Yeah.
Auburn's a good kind of next step, I guess you could say, on where we're at. Progression. Go ahead. Your word.
It's like you're slowly, like every opponent is just getting a little bit harder, more and more difficult. You know, Hugh Freeze is he's a good OC. Like he's going to put a great game plan. I want to see this offense.
He's a jerk as a human being, but yeah, he's a pretty good OC. Yeah.
I want to see with this Auburn game, I want to see killer instinct to put everything away. Like Auburn's going to try to control the line of scrimmage with their offensive line. They're going to try to have long sustained drives. We're going to have to be in full attack mode. I want to see us get up and just keep pouring on the points and just don't let up and just don't let them breathe. Don't let them think that they have an opportunity to fight back or anything. I was told I was watching film with a coach in the off season, showing him some offensive OU tape from 24. And look, I'm not a Jackson Arnold hater at all. I think he's a great kid, but this coach literally told me, I think he has pissed down his leg syndrome. Like, just watching through everything, it just looks like the moment just gets too big for him. He walks into Norman and he feels pressure. Make him feel it. He's going to make a stupid mistake. Just, he's got something about him where there's something I think
all it takes is an early
killer
mistake.
Instinct, man.
All it takes is one early mistake. Like first, he throws a pick early on. He gets sacked a couple of times first quarter. He's going to fall back into the ways that we've seen the last year or so. So
he is playing much better this year. Much better. And he's better.
Yeah, and he's a good quarterback. Just lacks some of those ability to read defense type skills that guys don't have sometimes, or sometimes never have. Let's face it.
Yeah.
But
you
know, Caleb Williams struggled with that his first couple of years reading defenses. It just happens. And Arnold's a great running back playing quarterback. He is. Yeah. He's a great rusher. If we don't contain, he can. We saw it. the Alabama game last year, Rob.
Yeah.
He's a great rusher. So if we don't, and so was apparently Bryce Underwood, but I think I think Arnold's as good or better than Arnold, or I'm sorry, Underwood at this point in his career. So
Sure. Yeah,
um,
it just Arnold's best skill set is running the football.
it is.
This defense is going to get him killed. These guys on our defense are some of the biggest, strongest, fastest, playing out of their freaking minds.
Yeah.
These are not the last 3 weeks of him running around. I just don't see it with this defense. He's going to get
Yeah.
hurt if he
Yeah.
does. They're gonna have to find quick game and shot plays, because if they really rely on him trying to run on this defense, Brad, like David Stone is literally clubbing seals out there.
I know.
Okay, he's literally just chucking guys out of his way just for fun.
Yeah.
And like I can't imagine him and Boganowski and Kip Lewis and RSJ, the heat-seeking missile, all over the field. Guys all over the field that hit incredibly hard.
Yeah.
Like that's not a game you can run Jackson Arnold, man. You can't.
It's one of those weird things too, where RMT's suspended for the first half of this game. But I want all the run stuffers out there as possible. So RMT is a pass rush specialty guy.
Mm-hmm.
But if we got 7 guys in our front seven that are just run stuffers alone this next week, I'm extremely confident in our ability to shut down Auburn. I just am. And because I think those other ends that we have outside of RMT, whether it's Wine or Marvin Jones or PJ or whoever you want to name, I just think we're nasty up front. I just do.
We are.
There hasn't been anything these first 3 games that made me think otherwise. There was one play against Temple yesterday where I think we brought 7, where they were needing – they lost like 10 yards. Like they didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to their quarterback. There was no chance for them to make a play whatsoever. No, I don't know. Stats, like you said, stats don't lie.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie. So,
yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap up the show. We're working on getting with JY and Alex. We're going to do a trench warfare. You and I are going to look at Auburn. I will have a dial it up episode where we're kind of look at offenses on both sides.
Wednesday evening.
Yeah, and then I'll work on trying to find some time with JY and Alex to do a trench warfare. Dude, those guys, that is a can't miss episode, man. I don't know how many people are listening, but like you have to find time. We'll try to push it out there on socials. JY, Alex, and I. There's nobody better than those 2 guys breaking down trench warfare, and I sprinkle in some coverage stuff and some,
y'all were great. I was out sick. I was out sick Wednesday. I joined it. I joined it as a fan just to watch y'all. I was out sick, wasn't feeling good. You guys absolutely killed it. It was awesome to sit back and watch for a change and not have to be just y'all were awesome, dude. It was great.
I'll have the I'm going to break down the offense. I'll break down the defense. On our bye week after Auburn, I'm going to go deep into this mint defense that Brent is running because, dude, it is so different than we were running last year. So I'm excited to get some more tape on that. But yeah, we got a lot cooking, man. We got a lot cooking. Yep. I can't wait for this game. And tailgate. I'm going to be there probably around like 10 a.m. Sooner Paco will be there on 8 a.m. Smoked pork butt. Smoked mac and cheese, all the fixins. It's gonna be fun.
You're tempting me, man. Our
music, dude. You want to go, and we both know why.
Rob, I want to go. I have some stuff to do with my mom next Saturday, so we got to go. We got to do some stuff, but I'm gonna try to make time to get down there. Also, I know we're wrapping up here. If you're looking for a community to join, go find the Football Brainiacs. Go find the Football Brainiacs Oklahoma edition. The donor edition, if you want all the up to minute information, Charlie and the guys are awesome. So if you're looking for a community join, go find them. So yeah, let's wrap things up. And Rob, I know you need to watch the last 4 minutes of the game, but the Chiefs are down 10, but they do have the ball. So anyway, so thanks everybody for joining us, and got a big game coming up this weekend. So Boomer Sooner, and take care, everyone.
Hey, hey. That is my standard. Champion standard. Champion standard. Yeah. Run my place, ayy. Keep up with the pace, ayy. If you don't got motion, then stay up out of my face, ayy. I be doing a race, ayy. 100 yards out of the way, ayy. It's time to lock in the field, baby. It's game day. 7 rings you can't handle. I'm on a champion man too. Welcome to my standards. Maybe that's something you can't do. Maybe try a different angle. Maybe try a different play too. When you know you're the greatest, some people might hate you. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard. Don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters. I'm a champ. Champion standard. I'll tell you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Put up or shut up, you know it's competitive. We will not ever take losses. Yeah, I be playing the game, but at heart, you know I am just really a boss. Youngin' or boomer, don't matter who's on the field, everybody getting sauce. Get down with the team, cause we really wanna win, yeah. Hey, I'm the man, hey, I'm the man, yeah. Watch how we make fans, while we also make this cash, hey. When it comes to plays, there isn't one we haven't ran, yeah. Competition's getting body, that's no capping. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Champion standard, don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. Champ, yeah, I'm the champ. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Don't gotta put on a hat. Titles, you know we got that. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Yeah, I'm the champ, champion standard. Hang my jersey in the rafters, I'm a champ, champion standard. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. I told you nobody's safe when it's time for game day. Champion standard, and we don't play. Champion standard, and we don't play.